should start here. London is in tier 4 of lockdown. Like, restriction on the tier 3 is not enough. They made another one. And I'm starting to wonder how to welcome 2021. Because I remember the last time I have resolution in 2019, it fell apart after March. So this year surely humbled me and put me to the place that is careful with hopes and expectation. Firstly, I'm not a person who can meditate or do yoga or even wake up at 5 in the morning. Sometimes I wish I could, but I just realized that meditating meant my head feels louder, busier and messier than it should be. So these are pretty much my 5 takes to embrace the upcoming year. 1. I need to keep reminding myself that there is things you can't control. I'm amazed how easy to say it, and when it comes to actually doing it, it could be a challenge itself. 2020 surely make us learn in the hard way. What we might plan everything in a meticulous fashion, but some things majors happen. Well, it happens. I understand if you are the person who is comfortable when everything is in control and stressed out when everything else not. I know, because me too. But again, this year I need to remind myself that sometimes it's liberating to not have a string on your fingers and let it flow. 2. You are you, so does everybody else. As someone who growing up had always been compared to someone else, it's hard for me to not to compare myself with people around me, even those are not even comparable head to head, either with different backgrounds or different culture when they grow up, or even different anything, to be fair. And yet in my head I kept saying, if they can do it, why can't I? And that notion manifested in my head. At some point it might motivate me to do more, but most of the time it backfires. So it turns to, it isn't fair, how could they do it but I can't. This year will be another reminder that everyone has their own path, and most likely they are not the same one. 3. Never forget the magic words, sorry and thank you. This one is not a new thing really in my list. I always have this one every single year. Although this one probably might have a side effect that I kept saying sorry. However, my takes in this is actually to be conscious about our own mistakes and have a big heart to acknowledge it and take accountability for it. Therefore, saying sorry is not something that is embarrassing, because we are human and human makes mistakes. And for saying thank you is the simplest form of respecting people for their contribution in our life, no matter how small. It doesn't need more explanation from it. As simple as that. 4. Read. I read 13 books in 2020, which is kind of embarrassing, to be honest. I know I can read more, but I turned out I didn't. And since I don't really read classic like most of the time, I think this year I dedicated myself to reading more classic books, except finishing Colin Dexter Inspector Morse series. Classic will be my go-to books for 2021, and hopefully I will read more than 13 books. 5. Respect what you have. Well, reflecting on 2020, I managed to not buy anything that I don't need. This is pretty much continuing from there, especially things that are easily replaceable like clothes, shoes or bags. I just think that I had enough. I'm currently in a place to not buy anything if I don't need it. Well, I don't have personal income. That's pretty much the big cause. But aside from that, when I moved from Jakarta to London with one big suitcase and one small one, and until this day, I don't feel I need to buy new stuff, as the essential things I already had is suffice from now. Maybe the idea of minimalism might not be in this household yet, but being more intentional sure is. Every item has their own purpose. In this kind of time especially, I should be sensible on spending money as well, and it will certainly continue for the next year. So yeah, some things are pretty much adjustments from 2020, how it took me, and some surely continuing what I have done. So regardless, those are things that I will do next year. And if you're still here, thank you for being here. And I would like to know about you. What's your plans? What's your goals? Things you want to do next year? And by the comment, and we will talk. So see you on the next video.